Hello, good evening, and welcome to another exciting Wednesday full of crazy cosmic idiocy.
Idiot.
Yeah, idiocy, exactly. Yes, welcome to Spelljammer, Hot Shots Part 2, The Light of Xaryxis, Episode 7. I'm not reading it from the screen at all. That's I remembered, honest governor. But yes, welcome, presented by me, DM of the Beholder, and streamed on the wonderful, amazing community that is Heavyweight RPG. But yes, before we get into it, as is usual, you can see them all below my lovely face. Our sponsors, or actually, no, wrong stream, on the sides of my lovely face. Here. Yes, first and foremost, sponsors of the channel, the amazing and wonderful returning, ever so gracious Loki Battle Mats, an award-winning UK-based TTRPG accessory creator. There are many books of battle mats, little, big, giant sizes, and their modular book sets are full of amazing artwork and an awesome backdrop to any tabletop role-playing game. If you want to find out more, search Loki Battle Mats, Loke, on most social media, or you can pop to the link in chat to pop over to their website and you can shop for their physical maps. Or if you want to pop over to Drive Through RPG, or in fact, just search them up on Patreon. I spent a long time on their Patreon today, where you can find all of their digital maps that they've released that are compatible with most virtual tabletops that are currently out there in the ether. But yes, please go show them some love. I recently shared, because I'm a member of the Patreon as well, I've shared 150 new maps to get AD's creative juices flowing for many awesome ways for him to try and kill us. So yes, shared 150 new maps with AD today on our Google Drive, so he can go nuts with that. But yes, go check out Loki Battle Mats. They're amazing, wonderful, and we love them. Second sponsor, returning, still want to sponsor us, because they're awesome, and so are we, obviously, is Sirenscape. You will hear many ambient sounds this evening, just to help get our players into the mood. Yeah, they're not currently playing Sparky. But yes, if you need ambient sound, background music, the chatter of a crowd, or in fact, because it makes everyone who's I'm currently doing the spiel for happy, a well-placed Wilhelm scream, then yes, please pop over to Sirenscape.com. You don't even have to subscribe. You can just log in and make an account, and you get 20 starting sound sets for free to share with the players around your table or online, like we do. But yes, pop over to Sirenscape.com because epic games need epic sound. Third, and still our newest sponsor, is the little baby. That's a baby. But yes, is the wonderful Sparky, or Sparky and Co. And we still don't have an automatic. We do. Do you want some kick-ass minis? Yes. Look no further than Sparky & Co. for all your mini requirements. You can follow the link in chat to pop over to the Etsy store, or you can find them and their wonderful content. First video, in fact, on TikTok came up today that didn't begin with A-Up Adventurers. Actually, Sparky finally worked out how to put music behind his videos. It's taken this, like he's a bit of a, he's Gen Z. You got to bear with him. But yes, pop over to TikTok and check out many of his wonderful, funny TikToks. But please pop over to the Etsy store. And remember, if you are going to make a purchase from Sparky, use the code word HEAVY. Is it just HEAVY? All in capital letters, HEAVY, and get a D12% discount. Because AD is nothing if not obsessed with barbarians. But yes, that's the wonderful Sparky and Co. And I believe now it is time you can see everybody else and all of the lovely motions that Sparky was making towards the camera that none of you could just see. He can maybe repeat and try again. But yes, those are all of our sponsors. Links and socials. Yes, we have a wonderful, very fast-growing nerdy community. Yeah, you can put both links in there. My link is more comprehensive than AD's because my link includes all of AD's as well. AD's doesn't include any of mine. So yes, if you want to pop into the Dice of the Beholder link tree, like, follow, subscribe, to get notifications. You can join our Discord, both of our Discords, where you can find a lot of like-minded nerds who will argue about the virtues of cannibalism against not cannibalism while watching people play Sons of the Forest. You will also then be able to jump onto our YouTubes and our Spotifys, where we currently have hundreds upon hundreds, possibly even now, I think, thousands of hours of tabletop role-playing game content and goodness. I cannot get over how much we've actually produced and streamed. It's quite terrifying. We should do more. I think we should do more. What do you reckon? More?
Yeah,
We should.
More. We should do more. But yes, please follow the link in chat and just go follow everything. What have I got left?
Charity.
Yes, the most important thing we are doing this year by far. I know Lady's got, the whole super cool LARP that he's setting up that's got the first event this year, but doesn't matter.
And your wedding. Get your freak on.
Oh yeah, that's happening too. Yes. Okay. Apart from the new massive LARP that they've just invented, and the fact that I'm getting married in June, the most important thing we will do this year, yes, over the last few years, Heavyweight RPG and many people in the community, I've been very thankful to be a big part of it on a couple of occasions, but we have gone through the motions of trying to destroy ourselves physically and mentally by doing 24, 49-hour streams of tabletop content, just chatting, video gaming, just basically being nerdy with a wonderful community. The reason we did that was to raise money for some awesome charities. And over the past few years, we have managed to, in all of our charity streams, raise up to just shy of £8,000 for some very worthwhile causes. This year, we're trying to do one better. Or maybe
5 better.
5 better. 60 times better. I don't know. Instead of a 24-hour stream or a 48-hour stream, we are going to be streaming for 60 hours. Please join us July 24th to the 28th, where we will be gearing up with the Monday party from the Gloria Is Not Enough stream. And we will adventure for the whole week whilst raising money for some incredible charities. And if you follow the link in chat, you can find out more about the charities. But they are Papyrus, Shelter UK, and MS UK. But yes, please join us for my birthday week, where I will be hosting all of the players and the DM from our Monday night stream. And the house might still be standing at the end of it. And people might be worried that
your characters might not be, but the house might.
Yes, the house might be. And I can't wait to see the size of the recycling pile at the end of that week from all of the takeout we will be eating. But yes, please join us.
I can't wait to see the body count.
I know. 24th of July to the 28th of July for what will be a wonderful week of D&D content. But yes,
the paper is going to be so full of used character sheets, unreal.
Mm-hmm.
If I've got anything to do with it, yes, it will.
I don't know what you're on about with character sheets.
What?
I don't know what you're on about with character sheets. I've got more than one computer in this house. I'm still going digital.
Shocking.
But yes,
you're hosting in person. You're not doing it traditionally. That's just terrible.
No.
Who uses paper?
Old people.
Think of the
That's
environment
trees.
while we're using all our electricity.
I'm just hoping that I'm just really hoping that the government doesn't decide that that's the week they want to do the rolling blackouts.
Well, if the government decide that they are going to do rolling blackouts, that just shows you what position that the government are in.
Mm-hmm. But yes.
What arms?
Anyway,
Rerolls. Do you feel sorry for the adventurers? Monkey face. Donate
Tony.
200 bits or cheers to give the party a reroll. They can't be used on the DM or death saving throws, and they don't roll over to the following week. If you don't
Sorry,
feel
Yaz.
sorry for the adventurers and you actually really, really hate them, the DM can also earn a hero point or a reroll if you donate 500 bits. I'm yet to receive 500 bits or a reroll.
I was going to say.
We will see.
love the hint. Love the hint.
Yes.
Then again, as I've said to many people before, I'm the Dungeon Master. I don't need to roll. I can just decide to kill someone who insulted me before the stream started.
I don't know who you're talking about.
But anyway, is everyone ready for some D&D?
Yay.
Very cool. Okay.
Shit, is that what we're doing today? Oh,
It is.
didn't
So,
realise.
last time, in Spelljammer, Hot Shots Part 2, Light as Xaryxis, Episode 6. Hang on. Yes, Episode 6. Right, so, after acquiring a wild space orrery at Topola's Tower, and a
what?
new friend in Topola, the characters fought a void scabber named Big Mama.
Help. Help.
It was then after that battle that Topola, joining you aboard your ship, mentioned a possible ally in the fight against the Xaryxian Empire. A pirate named Grimzod Garganhael. Amid a cosmic storm, the characters laid eyes on Garganhael's flagship and its vampirate crew. Grimzod, upon realizing that the party was as interested as he in taking down as many of the Xaryxian Empire as possible, decided to join them aboard their ship. It was then that Grimzod's crew, after suffering a incredible defeat recently at the hands of the Xaryxian Empire because of Grimzod's pride, decided to have a mutiny and flew off in Grimzod's ghost vessel. You then chased the vessel, the last breath, through a cosmic storm. And after Grimzod made your ship invisible, snuck up on it until you were almost within boarding range. So, you are incredibly close, right next to the ship right now. What would you like to do first?
Hail, ship! Stop! This is the Spelljammer police. Pull over.
Good job of invisible. That was useful.
Ah, crap.
Did you actively just shout at the ship?
No.
Okay.
Of course not. Why would I do such a
Yeah,
thing?
it's like, was that a joke? Okay.
It was now.
Okay.
Uh,
I think this tense music is a little bit loud. Give me a second.
I'm in this Spelljammer Hellmatter.
It's decided. Hang on. The global volume has decided to ignore me. Cool.
I'm gonna stand perfectly still.
I thought Toppler was in the Spelljamming Helm.
Toppler is in the Spelljamming Helm.
I thought it was me. Okay. I am going to summon my.
Oh no, sorry. In this instance, it
Yeah, I was
was
going to say, yeah,
because you
Yeah.
Oh, well.
you noticed there was something weird and fuzzy about the fact that the ship had gone invisible. So yes, it was you.
Ah, maybe I do that.
Yep. So I'm going to slow down and shadow the other ship until they decide what they're doing upstairs.
Okay.
Just to recap what Mr. sexy. I can't remember the name.
Grimzod.
Mr. Sexy.
hmm
It's just stats.
Doesn't want the ship destroyed. There's a weapon aboard that we can use. From our insight checks and things like that, we believe it's not necessarily a physical item.
Yes, that is correct.
It is the shit.
Any inclination as to whether or not we can kill the crew?
You get the feeling from your insight checks last time, which were quite good. So I will give you this because it's only like 5 seconds later. That with the kind of bloodthirst in
Feels like
Grimzod's
2
eyes,
He's not.
he's if you don't, he will.
They're already dead. It's a ghost ship.
But what about Kachansky?
It's not it's not a ghost ship. It's solid.
We can see through it. We established
Are they
this.
ghost pirates or pirate ghosts?
There are no there are no ghost pirates. There was
not
one
good.
ghost. You're not quite certain whether they were a pirate or not.
Basically, we're going to be boarding.
Oh, that was it. We were going to get Bobby aboard, weren't we?
Yes.
You were gonna sneak aboard, weren't you?
Yes. Try and take out the Spelljammer helm, or whoever's piloting the ship.
Okay.
In that case, do you want to be above, behind, or next to it?
I beg to differ. There are many ghost pirates.
No, there aren't.
I'm holding them.
Just like, look, ghost pirate.
I'm going to ask.
I whittled it.
Oh God, I forgot his name now.
I'm talking
don't.
to you now. You don't need to ask.
Okay.
Grimzod.
Currently, your crew is Commodore Crux. Even though you haven't really seen him with a fleet of ships, he's only got the one. But will respond to Captain, and you have Captain Grimzod Garganhale, who doesn't currently have a ship.
So is he a captain?
And we've got Captain Burson, yes.
First mate.
Captain Bosun, first mate, yes.
Captain Burson,
first mate, Captain again, and then Bosun.
and Bilge Boy.
Does Crooks respond to C64?
He does not.
Oh, that's a shame.
So, how are you getting Bobby aboard the ship?
How will Emily?
First, I was going to ask.
Mangonel!
No, Captain Grimzod, what the pilot of your ship? How is there any way to be able to sneak down from any of the on top deck or from the sides?
I could do a barrel roll and try to match you up with the mast.
Do a barrel roll!
Oh yeah, because our gravity stays the same.
Yeah, the gravity.
Is it not? Okay.
You are fully aware from your spelljamming
Look,
lessons
Excuse
that
me,
if you
what is the name of this campaign?
Spelljammer Hot Shots Part 2,
Hot
the
Shots.
writers arrest it. But you're also fully aware from your spelljamming lessons back in the academy that if you enter the gravity plane of an object or a being larger than you, the gravity plane will shift to match theirs.
In that case,
How
Here's a
close is the
question.
gravity plane?
From our lessons, would we know how much control we have over the gravity plane whilst in the Spelljammer seat?
None.
Could we? None, so we can't turn it off.
do I,
Yes. Okay,
do I
nope,
think
got
it
to
would
ask.
work if? Do I think it would work if I cast in large on our ship and then we entered their gravity plane whilst upside down? We sucked all the crew off the deck.
I mean,
Excuse me. Did what to the crew?
depending on the wording of the spell enlarge.
You cause a creature or an object you can see within range. Please don't get me to read out loud. This is terrible. Within range to grow larger or smaller for the duration. An object neither worn nor carried. If the target is unwilling, it needs to make a Constitution saving throw. Enlarge the target size doubles in all dimensions and its weight is multiplied by 8. This growth increases the size by 1 category for medium to large, for example. If there isn't enough room for the target to double its size, the creature or object attains maximum possible size in the space.
So there is no limit on the object you can enlarge.
It literally just says
Any object.
object
Cool.
or creature.
Okay, so yeah, at the moment, if you looking at Grimzod's ship, the Last Breath, you would say that while it is not as long as your ship, it is certainly kind of deeper, wider.
More girth.
Yeah, much more girth to the vessel. However,
Ropes running up the side of it, yeah.
However, if you want to try it,
That's not how you say it.
Fuck it, it'll be fun. Hipley, get the ship upside down. Don't enter their air pocket until what I do happens. I'm casting message down to Hipley.
okay.
What are you going to do, Captain Bosun, First Mate?
No time to explain.
Engage. Engage.
Make it so.
I think you have got time to explain.
Number 1.
Accurate.
Grab one of my daggers out and just smash it with like a little stone or something that I've got in my pack. Right, bit of iron powder. There we go. And 2 hands on the deck, and I cast enlarge on the ship.
Okay. Hipley, have you moved the ship?
Well, I was trailing the other one. I may have started rising and started turning outside of their influence. I don't think I'd have made it all the way through yet, though.
Okay.
Yeah, how close were we?
I mean, you were quite close. You were getting to within like boarding distance, so that was fine.
You're
invisible.
I'd slowed down to Shadow, but just while they were figuring out their plan. And then the next I heard was Yaz gobbledygook.
Okay.
Judging by this line of questioning, armor of
I'd have been following.
Okay.
Level 3.
So a few things happen simultaneously. Beneath your feet, it is difficult, but not impossible, to catch your step, as it seems like you are on... The floor just begins to move and expand, but it does so in all directions. Like, it doesn't just rush forward away from you, it goes sideways and back behind you as well. And as you look down, you notice that the planks you stand on just double in size beneath your feet. It is a very strange sensation, almost as if you are riding a wave. As you look around, you have this strange, weird sensation. Those of you who weren't born almost literally yesterday have this weird sensation of the first time you stepped on a ship or looked at a ship as a child, as it's suddenly twice the size and seems like an impossibly large vessel.
Not even though we can't see it.
You can all see it.
Yeah, we can see it. We're inside the illusion.
Right.
Does my chair change? Because my chair's kind of separate, isn't it?
Your chair does not change. However, the room you are in, as you open your eyes and take in the room around you, is twice as large, is much bigger. However, as you look down, the chair is exactly the same size, and the magical circle shone. It's strange. You can see an almost like a dark, as if the wood has been slightly scorched by the amount of times that the magical circle has been shone down onto it, and the magic has been infused into the wood. But that burnt circle is now twice the size that it was, so it's no longer encompassed by the magical circle being shone down by your chair. But you can see almost an exact replica, just in burnt wood, these strange magical sigils that now shine below you.
I need a broom so I can hit the roof or something.
Is it like one of those cinematography things where they pull back and they zoom in all at the same time?
Exactly. It's that kind of thing. It's very, very weird. However, Garganhale looks back at you all. I assume you are aware that if you cast a spell on something that is already had the spell cast on it, it very probably will cancel out the previous spell.
So there's a
Yeah?
chance.
And you
Ah.
do see upon the deck of the Last Breath, just ahead of you, you can see a couple of vampirates kind of immediately just jump in shock as they notice this massive ship just appear, like just very, very close behind them.
Like a whale jumping over it.
So you start going up.
Ooh.
We're gonna do it quick.
Okay, so
We've already done the
What?
whale thing. You can't do that again.
It's been a couple
It's a
of
running
years,
theme.
of
It's fine.
from what angle are you going to approach the ship?
I
Now,
am pulling up.
think carefully
Yeah,
about
you
this
wouldn't
because
want to go
bear with me, right? Your ship, your gravity plane, will affect their ship so that it becomes your gravity plane. So, if you are directly above,
They're
just
gonna
mirroring,
crash on top of us.
they're going to land on your ship.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Take however much fall damage though.
do with that, yeah,
Board them then.
do with
Don't
that
have to board 'em.
information what you got.
Sorry,
Go
just
round and round.
one
and
thing I
round.
didn't make clear earlier lasts for a minute.
Yeah. Okay, so you've got a minute to do this. So quickly.
And then we fall on that ship.
I'm very aware of where the other ship is and stuff like that, isn't it?
Mhm.
I'm not flying blind.
No, you're. It's almost as if you can sense 360 degrees around you. You know exactly where that ship is.
Hmm.
Captain, are you okay? Are you ready for a fight?
No, but thank you for asking.
You
Hmm.
look slightly pumped up.
Thinking about best way to do this. If we came in at sort of like maybe 90.
I'm by myself as well, so I can't hear all you guys.
This is entirely Hipley's decision.
I'm just gonna wait and see what happens and trust the Hipley.
What would? The captain told me to barrel roll on top of it, but that's.
Since when have you listened to what the captain tells you to do?
I
I'm
mean,
the captain now.
you could just catch them all in the tree.
Does our ship have a reinforced front for ramming and stuff? Am
No.
I aware? No.
It's got a tree.
I think I would start. I think I would follow it, start to rise, start barrel rolling over it, but kind of keep it at an angle, so kind of roll around it, not just above.
Okay.
So so I'm not going straight up, so it just goes like that, but
Okay.
I kind of pull it off kilter.
Okay.
And yeah, I try to avoid being still and upside down long enough that it's just going to crash, but rotate round it to keep it moving
Slingshot it.
into the sun.
I mean,
Yeah, am I aware of how it'd be hard to judge now because we're way bigger, but am I aware of overlapping gravity fields and where they sit and stuff? Yeah, I'd want to be kind of on the edge of it enough to pull them a bit, but not right inside.
Okay. Once again, then, for all of you, especially those of you on deck, many things happen at once. Okay? As the ship starts to barrel roll, you can see vampirates, like an ogre zombie on the stone castle, just turning a mangonel. Like the ogre zombie's just turning it on his own, while the vampirates just wait to kind of aim it and fire it. But they turn the mangonel towards you. But as they do so, your ship starts to rotate and move in the air. You see the ogre zombie clamp their hands on quite tightly as they shift sideways. But you suddenly see the 2 vampirates and the 6 other vampirates as the ship continues to do a barrel roll, fly off the side of the ship, propelled with the power of gravity straight off the side of the ship.
The power
into
of Forge
space.
compels you. The power of Forge compels you.
And with nothing to stop them or slow them down, they keep going at exactly the same speed off into the cosmic storm.
Yay, Hipley! Yay, Hipley!
The ogre zombie.
Bring it.
It is important to have dice when doing this. The ogre zombie makes a strength check to hold on to the mangonel. The ogre zombie fails his strength check to hold on to the mangonel. In fact, give me a second. The ogre zombie's quite heavy. The mangonel, you hear a horrible crunch of wood as the mangonel then is just ripped from the deck, and along with the ogre zombie holding onto it for dear life is just propelled off at a completely different angle to the rest of the vampires, because obviously the ship keeps turning and keeps going, like rolling over, and just shoots off into space towards a different part of the cosmic storm. The last you see of the ogre zombie is just this flash of lightning, and then there's just dust.
We can delete them tokens now, can't you?
I can delete the entire fucking map. Yeah, so that was
well done, Hipley.
That was half an hour of my life I'm never going to get back.
Surely there's one guy still on board on the Spelljammer.
We got to go and take control of the helmet.
But yes, as the ship then rolls over to the other side of the vampire vessel, there is no one left on deck, and you level out and match the gravity plane of the last breath just in time for the ship to shrink back to its normal size once more.
Okay, well done, Captain. Yours as well, I suppose.
Really glad I wasted a 3rd level spell on Armour of Agathis.
It'll last a while.
Garganhail kind of looks around at you all, and as you look up, even Crux is just dumbfounded. And Garganhail is like,
let's be fair, I think we all are.
I believe I was undecided previously, but yes, I will throw my lot in with you.
I'm going to get my now long-barreled rifle, and I'm going to hit the deck above me. So, well, that all right?
Yes, Hipley.
So, would you like to see my ship? I'm sure there are others below deck. Not as many as before, though.
As it's a ghost ship, can we step on
Not
board
a
it?
fucking ghost ship. It's solid. It has spectral sails. It is a solid wooden vessel for the last time.
The vampires all float back.
So that's a yes then.
Yes, you can step aboard the ship.
And I light up my sword and just say, let's have some fun.
Hipley,
I would like
we're going
to.
aboard the other ship.
Should I stay here and get ready to make a getaway, or should I come with?
I want to see what Ook's going to do.
It's probably
I
best,
was just going to
probably
do a
best you come
fun
with
thing.
us.
Do the fun thing. Do the
I'm
fun
gonna
thing.
rummage in my bag
Okay.
and pull out a tankard. I go up to Captain Yars and go, I think you've earned this now, and it says best captain on it.
Oh, you got the best teacher mug.
I give the captain a salute with his new tankard.
Clang. I'm going to pose very sort of for a moment and just kind of clap the back of my hand.
Blink, blink, blink.
Captain Yars.
Should I come with?
Garganhill now looks to be
Yes.
like looking at you, just like wondering whether he's just made the right decision. Come, I will give you the tour.
Hippler's going to come up on deck with rifle slung over its shoulder and Newt sat on the other one.
Okay.
I'm ready.
Okay. Garganhill just launches himself from the deck of your ship and lands quite gracefully on the deck of his own.
How far is it?
Maybe about 10 feet.
I want to try.
There is a gangplank that you have that you can like extend that is easily like 3 times that distance.
I will use the gangplank.
Okay.
Hippler runs to outside and gets ready to jump and then sees and goes, I'll take the gangplank.
Okay.
From the
I'm
sort of
with-
at camera angle where Hipley is there stopped, Yars sort of shoots past and has tried to run and the jump.
I'm
He's feeling
remembering
overconfident.
my training.
Roll me an athletics or an acrobatics check.
That's why I'm remembering my training.
13.
13. You do not land as gracefully as Garganhill, but you do land unharmed and straighten up quite quickly and look around at you. And it is a very weird sensation suddenly being aboard this ship instead of just looking at it. And you almost, like, you just in time kind of duck out of the way for the most part as one of the sails kind of comes straight at your face. But then it also trails like a tattered rope behind it, and you get this horrible cold sensation running through you as the rope itself runs straight through you and carries on as if you weren't there.
I told you.
I'm the ghost on this ship. And the trapdoor opens and you're dead.
The rest of you, who else is jumping?
I remember what happened last time I tried to jump onto a ship, and I'm going to fly over with the gun.
Okay.
Nikki wants to take the gangplank, but I think Fang would have jumped.
Okay. Fang, roll me an athletics check.
Oh, thank God. That's. Did you say athletics?
Yeah.
Oh, that's 11 then.
11, fine. It is a strange sensation. You do land on a kind of like horrible kind of broken piece of wood, almost trip, but you do manage to right yourself with no harm.
Straight through.
The rest of you saunter over the gangplank.
I'm also going to jump, and I also rolled a 13. But I kind of want to style it out a little bit with like a glide and a spin or like a tumble.
You can roll with advantage. You can literally just jump in the air and glide easily that distance. So it doesn't matter.
That's even better. That's a 19.
Oh yeah, you managed to jump as high as they've jumped across, and then very slowly, gracefully, doing a kind of couple of circles around the group now standing on the deck of the opposite ship before you just touch down very, very gently, very softly on your feet.
Fly like an eagle. Hello.
Do you think if I got a cape and attached it to my hands, I could do what Ook can do?
You could certainly try.
Probably try.
Your
try
musings are of course entertaining, but are there not much more important things to be worried about currently?
No,
What
they
do
all
you-
put it away.
What should we expect under the deck? How big was your crew?
Well, there is of course the pilot and Agony.
Who?
The ghost.
Can we hit the ghost?
I do not know. Can you?
I do not know. Can you?
Yes.
Okay then. I have developed mimicry. I'm sorry.
Garganhill just
One attempt at
Garganhill,
mimicry.
Garganhill just kind of slams stats on the top of your head. Is that better?
That is much better, thank you.
Bobby, I think you should scout ahead. Sorry, Captain.
Keep watch, a watchful eye all about you.
Mm-hmm.
We should split up. I will take a group to the spelljamming helm. The rest of you search below deck.
I'm going to summon my Eldritch Cannon Protector, and whilst everybody is about to go down, I am going to fire it off and give them some temper points.
Okay.
So while everyone is going down, you're firing it off.
Yep. You all get 4 temporary hit points because I rolled a 1.
Can I not receive that? Can I make sure I'm out of that range, please? No, genuinely, because temporary hit points replace my hit points.
Oh, I knew what you were getting at, don't worry.
Please!
That's anyone within 10 feet of me.
I will obviously.
Obviously being 10 feet of you.
Okay, so who's going with...
We were talking as a group, so I will change my 15 to a 4.
No, they don't replace yours.
Do they not?
They just don't stack.
Oh.
I thought they just replaced whatever you had last time.
No, because his temporary hit points are part of an active spell that he's cast on himself that lasts for 8 hours. So any other spell it's not one of any other spell that isn't one that is going to supersede his spell. It's not going to affect him.
8 hours, fucking show off.
It's an hour.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Cast enlarge on it.
I'm sorry, I was playing Baldur's Gate 3 recently. Yes, it's an hour. But yes. So who is going with the captain and who is going to explore the rest of the ship?
Which captain are we talking about here?
Garganel.
Because I'd probably follow Captain Yaz to make sure they're safe.
Hipley, where are you going?
Where would you like me to go, Captain? If Stats is with you, I'm the other healer as such, I believe.
You're probably the better spelljammer than myself, so it's probably best if you go to the helm with Gargamel.
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 Sorry, thank you.
Where will we find Azrael?
Agony can make herself invisible.
Oh.
So, good luck.
We did.
Are we to treat all others on board as hostile?
Yes.
Oh.
In that case, so Hipley, you go helm with God damn it, Gargamel. I'm not doing this on purpose.
We are aboard my ship. You may call me Captain.
Captain.
I am going to.
You go with the captain.
I'm going to cast See Invisibility on myself.
Ook.
Have you got See Invisibility?
Captain?
I have See Invisibility.
Oh,
nice.
Fang. Ook, Fang. You can decide amongst yourselves which one of you wants to go with which. Bobby, do you think you could potentially trail one of the groups, try to remain unseen and make sure that nothing happens to them? Or did you want to go ahead?
I was thinking of exploring the rest of the ship, try to flush out any remaining crew. But if
Come with us then.
Yeah, I think Fang would go exploring.
Yep. I have got 1 hour's worth of See Invisibility.
Okay.
I'm going to look everywhere as I'm going along with Garganel.
Okay. You all make your way down the same set of stairs to below decks then. There is a long corridor towards the front of the ship, there is another set of stairs that goes further down. This corridor, you can see there are many doors that are battered, broken, and have been for quite some time. It has not happened recently. There is then to the back, as Gargan Hill points, the direction he intends to head in. There are two quite ornate doors that don't look as if they belong on this ship. They're also not in any way, shape, or form the same. They're not made from the same wood. They're not decorated in the same way. But one leads to what you know to be a much larger room on the ship, and the other is then much smaller. And as Gargan Hill points, my cabin, where the helmsman works. Come, let us see if he is still alive, at least.
Adjust my goggles, put my filter down, pull out my rifle, and follow along.
The rest of you, there will
Or is
be
it just
nothing.
Hipley going with? I'll go with them then if it's only Hipley going with. I didn't realise.
The rest of you, Agony likes the storage compartment downstairs.
Amazing.
The rest of you leave Hipley, Fang, and Grimzod.
Yes.
Okay. As you make your way further
Fang,
into
and
the
who?
ship, then Grimzod.
Grimzod.
The captain's name
Captain
is Captain
Garganhill.
Grimzod Garganhill.
Right.
Oh, okay.
I've only just remembered the one name. Don't bring in another one.
Hipley and Fang. Grimzod walks up to the door. He traces an arcane kind of sigil on the outside of the door, and the door immediately flies open. As it does so, you see sitting there, not in any way, shape, or form looking as if they've been affected by the shift in gravity plane, is another vampirate. This one, though, wearing slightly more put together robes. They look like some form of caster. However, as the door slams open and they look up at you in shock, they immediately trace a quick arcane sigil in their hand. There is a burst of purple arcane energy, and they disappear.
Can I still see them?
Roll me a perception check. You can do it as well, Fang, if you want to.
Advantage or anything because it's spell, or just
10.
10?
10. Okay. As you look around, it does not appear as if they have cast invisibility on themselves. But Garganhill does kind of walk over to the porthole in the side of the ship and peer out. Clever little worm. Perhaps some scavengers will kill him while he is out here alone forever. And he points out the porthole. As you follow them, as you follow where he's gone, you see the small vampirate form about 500 feet away from the ship.
500.
Like desperately trying to swim now through the cosmic storm away from the
Dimension
ship.
door.
Dimension door.
Bye bye, Captain Yours.
I don't know if I should have gone with the others to look for the ghosty.
It's okay. I'm with them.
You are the only one who can fly the ship,
That is true.
and you must have time
it's not.
to attune to the chair.
Only.
If you want to go help the others, I can fly the ship.
True. Captain Garganhill, Fang has been a very quick study and can actually spelljam.
Garganhill kind of looks you up and down. Very well.
I will need to stay attuned to our ship as well, possibly. Yes. Can you look after Fang if I go join the others?
Of course.
Thank you, Captain.
We will
If I
become firm friends, I am sure.
Oh God.
I'm gonna just look at Fang. Is there anyone you don't flirt with?
Hey, they all play with me.
As this is all occurring, the rest of you, as you walk down like the length of this corridor and look in the rooms, most of these rooms are empty. They look like either crew or passenger quarters. However, they are now filled to the brim with kind of mangonel stones, ballista bolts, all of the beds, any kind of furniture has been ripped out, which makes sense as you remember that all of them are unliving and didn't need to sleep. But as you kind of make your way down then, further below decks, you see a large storage area kind of just spread out in front of you. Inside the large storage area, give me a second. You can see 20 large kegs, on which is a bright, and it's almost glowing, but it's painted, and there is a painted, stenciled green flame on each keg. You do remember that Captain Garganhill asked you not to fire on the last breath, because it was full to the brim with kegs of alchemist's fire.
I run in and fire my rifle.
Hey, please stay away.
Fireball!
Hey, please stay away. Hey, please stay away.
I'm gonna. That's a creepy creaking noise, isn't it? I literally just opened up the tab for Sirenscape and got hit with got hit with the Wilhelm scream.
Nice. Okay, give me a second.
That was an ominous laugh from the DM there. Just gonna say.
At this point, I am running after the others, jogging down the halls, but I'm obviously a bit behind.
Anything other than the kegs of worth or note?
At the far end of the storage area, you can see there are another few rooms on either side of a very short kind of corridor. But you can see from here that those rooms do have bars on the doors.
Okay.
I'm gonna have my diamond ready.
As we do the hand signals that we learnt at Spelljammer Academy to say, we're fucking going over there, we're going to try and open the doors, and we're going to do it quietly.
Are they barred from this side or the other side? Did you say they were barred?
They're barred. Well, you can just see it's a strange angle to be looking at them at, unless you want to walk the length of the ship. But you can just see that instead of doors, they are barred.
Or like cell.
Like a cell door, yeah.
But before we start walking, I'll relay how it felt for that ghostly thing to pass through me, and say, keep an eye out for that feeling to everybody. Because what's her face is invisible and likes to pass around and is potentially not a ghost, but something.
Well, that's just...
And then also turn to Bobby and be like, can you see any traps?
That was actually going to be my next thing. I was going to, as we're walking down the corridor, we'll keep checking for traps, tripwires, anything that may have been trying to slow us down or...
Okay.
I will look for arcane things scrawled into the walls and stuff.
Cool. Okay. Bobby, roll me an Arcana check. No, sorry. Roll me an investigation check. Yaz, roll either Arcana or investigation. Ook, roll me a Charisma saving throw.
17.
14. Sorry, it was
Nine.
Arcana or what? Sorry.
Arcana or investigation. Arcana.
Yeah, I'll stick with 14.
Arcana. What was yours, Zook?
9.
9. Okay, cool. As you make your way then down or into the storage area, very carefully picking over all of the barrels and the kind of storage crates just to work out whether there's anything there. The only thing you both, Yaz and Bobby, the only thing you really notice, a couple of these barrels are leaking. You can see that the alchemist fire, they're leaking very slightly, but over time the alchemist fire has kind of seeped into and been soaked up by quite a lot of the wood on this deck. It is quite slick underfoot. This deck is lit by... It's reminiscent of the Will-o'-the-Wisp that you met on your way to the ship. However, they are known to you, at least, Yaz, as what are called ghost lights. It is a sliver of soul or a spellcaster's kind of essence that they can turn into a permanent light if they wish. It's like a permanent version of dancing lights, but it takes a lot more energy. However, you can see then that they've taken great pains that no open flame would ever be brought to this deck. And as you look back, looking for arcane sigils on the walls, you do notice a drawing of someone carrying a torch. And then there is a drawing of a much better drawing of what appears to be Captain Garganhill standing next to them, beheading them. You can surmise that this is a warning of what will happen if anyone brings an open flame to this deck of the ship.
Glad I stayed behind then, considering all the fire I use when I fight.
Considering your sword, as you said when you got on deck, is actively aflame.
Yeah.
Is literally on fire right now. I think if you tried to go down, Garganhill would have gone, no. No. But yes, as you make your way through, you can see then nothing appears. But you do hear running footsteps behind you, quite heavy running footsteps, and coming down the stairs, you do notice then Hipley appear.
And I will immediately turn and shout back, Hipley, no firearms whatsoever.
As I go down, I'm looking in the side rooms as well.
Okay. All of the side rooms upstairs? All of the side rooms upstairs?
Any that are doors open or the bars I'd have been glancing in. I wouldn't have actively gone in closed ones, but because I was getting to them, but I would have looked.
Nothing invisible showed up. You get to this deck, and as you look down, there is nothing invisible. You see all of your friends standing before you.
And looking, holding my rifle, looking a bit hurt. What?
Yeah. Sorry, these barrels have something extremely flammable, potentially explosive. The slightest spark could set them off.
What?
And would probably destroy the ship.
Ook, can you roll me a sleight of hand check with advantage, please?
With advantage, sure.
Fucking.
Popping some in a flask to make
That would be a 23.
Okay. As you are all alert, I would like everyone to roll me a perception check, please.
He's
always
taking back my best captain cup, isn't he?
I've always been alert. We need alerts around here.
21.
Oh, you're going in fucking jail.
What did I do? Perception, did you say?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
21.
Nice.
Natural 19.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
Oh, no, 8.
3.
Okay. And Fang's not even there, so it's fine. Okay. As you get to the end of the corridor then, you see Ook kind of take a step back and watch everyone's backs as the rest of you kind of investigate the rest of the room. As you get to the prison cells, you notice that only one of them has a ghost light inside it. I've got to change this because of who you are, Yaz. As those of you who approach the cell first look inside, you see
What's the marching on?
a beautiful elven woman lying unconscious on a cot. She is clad in an ornate black dress, accented with silver and gold, and a very high, stiff collar rises behind her head. To the rest of you, it may appear a shock, as there is an elf aboard, considering Garganhale hates the Xaryxian Empire. However, it is incredibly shocking to you, Yaz. As brought up in aristocracy, you realize now that you are looking upon the face of Princess Zidali, the daughter of Emperor Zavan and heir to the throne of Xaryxis.
What is her sort of current condition?
She is unconscious.
She looks like a bird who swallowed a plate, my lord.
Who's Sleeping Beauty?
That is Princess
Zidali.
Zidali.
Xedalli.
That is that's somebody very, very important to the Xaryxian Empire.
I'll have a good look around the room whilst I'm kind of looking in at this princess.
Yeah, I'm just scanning constantly for this ghost.
Okay.
Let's check these. Do you say 4 rooms? Sorry, or am I making that up?
4 rooms. Yes.
Yeah. Let's
The
check
rest of
these other
them,
3.
the rest of them, even though they are dark, it is very easy to see just by the flicker of the ghost lights behind you. It is that they are completely empty.
Okay. Bobby,
There is,
can-
however, a very heavy chest, kind of embedded into the wood, at the very back of the ship, at the end of this short corridor that these cells are on. And there is an incredibly heavy lock on the front of it.
Nothing invisible showing up on my goggles so far.
Would you like me to
Hang on.
go down there stealthily just to see
Yes.
if there's any?
And then make a start on that lock. Stats, how is your I've seen you with tools. Could you try and do the lock on the princess's cell and potentially just check her condition quickly? Hipley, can you
Okay, I can
Actually,
certainly
no.
try.
Hipley, you watch this corridor, I'll watch towards the alchemy fire.
I mean, I don't have any thieves' tools, Captain, but I have some smith's tools and some tinker's tools.
Here you go,
I could-
Stat.
Worst case scenario, file
I'll use
file at the bars until Bobby's ready.
Okay, so who's trying
Fire.
to open the cell?
Fire at the bars, did you say?
You can shoot the lock.
Me. I'm trying to open them because I'm borrowing Hipley's thieves' tools, apparently.
The cell or the chest?
I'm
Yeah,
going
Bobby's
down
gone to the
towards,
Yeah, I'm the cell.
Right, where are you going, Bobby, sorry?
towards the chest further down. I'm stealthily going down towards that end, checking.
You
if anything-
you are 2 feet away from it.
Oh, right, okay.
I'm there.
I will try and open that with my thieves' tools.
Okay. Stats.
Hello.
Please roll me. Hang on. Are you proficient with thieves' tools?
Not with thieves' tools, no.
Then please roll me a dexterity check.
I'm really good at these. Um,
That's a shame because I'm proficient with them.
um,
Do not break
okay.
my pit.
We had a team meeting, Hipley. You need to bring things like this up.
I mean, it's not terrible. It's an 8. I mean, it's not it's not good enough, but it's not terrible.
Okay.
I don't know.
Unfortunately,
how these things.
It is not
Does
good enough, and the cell door remains locked. It is quite a simple lock as well. You're pretty sure you had it for a moment, but one of the lockpicks does snap.
Oh, you.
Fortunately, it snaps and falls out of the lock. It is not jammed inside it. Bobby, please roll me a sleight of hand check, because I believe you do have thieves' tools and you are proficient in them, so you get to use your full bonus. Please roll me a sleight of hand check.
I can
Slightly
make another
better,
one.
but if I hear the other one snap, I'd like to just quickly look over my shoulder and go, Hipley, you give it a go. They're your tools.
I can make another one, Hipley. It's okay.
Thank you.
Okay, that's
I've got mending.
30.
30.
30.
In comparison to the
I just look at it.
the childish kind of chaotic probings of stats, you basically kind of touch it and you know these locks. It's a very incredibly simple lock, and you pop one tool inside it, jam the padlock up onto itself, and you hear a loud resounding click, and it just falls open in your hand.
Ah, that is how you do it. I see now.
Inside the chest, well, do you open it?
I step back, and am I able to like lift it open with the tip of my sword? Maybe.
Yeah, you can do it.
Yeah, it's got 15-foot range. Do what you like.
It bites your sword.
As you open the chest, you can see inside it the glow from the ghost light reflecting off the metal kind of almost fills this small part of the ship with a beautiful kind of sickly green but gold and silver light. There is a substantial amount of wealth in this chest, in the ingots now that you are used to seeing, having like stayed on the Rock of Brawl for a short time, and seeing the money that's changed hands between the Dorwa and other merchants as you passed. There is a substantial amount of coin in this chest.
Hey, Bobby. Nice booty.
However,
What about the loot?
before Hipley has a go at disarming the chair, at unlocking the lock, sorry. That wasn't a slip of the tongue. It's not disarming a trap before Hipley has a go at unlocking the cell.
Unlikely story.
Ook.
9/11 disarming chair was mentioned.
Ook. You have been drunk before. It is, in fact, your thing. Which I've just realised is going to be my next character if I die in the Monday night stream, so they can't accuse me of being an alcoholic, because it would literally be my thing. So, you've been drunk before. You've had memory lapses. You've had moments in time where you've been so blottoed that you didn't feel like you were in control of your own body. However, you don't feel that drunk. So the fact that your body seems to be moving completely of its own volition, ever so slowly, comes as something of a shock to you. You try and reach out.
Yep.
Speak. To tell your friends that you are feeling out of sorts. But you hear a chuckle at the back of your head. A chuckle only you can hear. No, no, no. You're mine for now.
So fair.
And as everyone earlier was searching for traps, arcane sigils, discovering what was in the cells.
Fucking ghost.
You remember putting your hands in your backpack. And, like every good adventurer who takes all of their tools with them, for some reason, your hands removed the flint and steel that every good adventurer needs to light a campfire on a cold winter's night when making camp.
Glad I'm watching the room with my perception of 3.
You feel your body
I had an 18 as well.
duck off,
You could.
as if to everyone else, it looks as if you've just spotted something. And you make your way around the side of a keg of alchemist's fire. And you can now see, or at least your eyes are directed towards, the short fuse sticking out of the side of the keg. And you start, ever so gently, clicking with your hands, trying to light a spark. Hipley, can you make a sleight of hand check, please, to try and unlock the cell?
Does anybody hear that clicking sound?
Bear with me.
Proficiency. Oh.
No, it's a sleight of hand check because they're proficient in thieves' tools. Their sleight of hand would be.
Oh, okay, cool. I didn't know if it.
20.
Yeah. So sleight of hand is basically your proficiency bonus plus your dexterity. Or no, it should be. Actually, no, it's 22. It should include 23. It should include your proficiency bonus. I apologize.
Yeah, 23.
Because you've got thieves' tools on there, so it just should be. It should calculate it correctly. I don't know why I didn't. But yes.
Yeah, 23.
Cool. 23. You do manage to find the, and you feel some sympathy for Stats when you realise that this kind of tumbler inside the lock is quite rusted. You obviously wouldn't have made the mistake that Stats did, but you do feel a tiny twinge of sympathy for Stats. Fumbling around as they did, not knowing what they did with their giant crab claw hands. But yes,
You just missed the last one.
you
It's okay.
very easily manage to get the cell door open, and it begins to creak, as it does need a great deal of oil. And as this creak begins, Ook, you see the flint and steel catch,
Okay.
and a large spark leaps from the flint and steel onto the fuse, which begins to burn.
It's such a shame I can't smell anything.
Ook, you can gauge, even in your panic, that as the fuse starts to burn, you've got maybe 2 minutes.
That's a long fucking fuse.
Please roll me a charisma saving throw.
Guidance. Guidance.
No closer, not 20, but it's a 14.
14.
14, 1
Okay.
4.
In your panic, then, and in your just how distraught you are, you throw yourself backwards. And as you impact the wall, you all hear the bang. And you see Ook just throw themselves bodily as hard as they can into the wall behind them. They do crash into a keg of alchemist's fire, which does crack and snap, sending alchemist's fire, a thick, gloopy liquid, just kind of sloshing around to the deck. And you then
you should
see...
really not drink so much before an away mission.
You then all see, as you do, Ook, just erupting from their form, the tiefling pirate ghost that gave you the message previously.
Oh.
I got a.
Oh, wait. because I wanted to say this so much. This kind of see-through young female red tiefling looks at you all. You're all going to die down here.
Love it.
You first. Oh, too late.
And she just smiles at you. And then flies up the stairs.
You okay, Ook?
I want to fucking...
Boom! Run! Get out the... Run!
As you point out now, you can hear this kind of hissing crackle of a fuse going.
What the fuck is that noise?
Ook, do you run?
I'm telling them to run. I'm going to run towards it and try and defuse it.
Okay.
Do I see the fuse?
No. From where you are, no, you cannot see the fuse. Unless you go to where Ook is. No.
I'm going to see the spook and head that way, and then, like, in the direction of Ook.
Yeah.
So I'm pointing out, I want to get everyone to evacuate, basically. So I'm pointing out where she went, run, thief, boom.
Yeah.
So at that, I'll go, Luke, what on earth you on about? Start walking towards them, and I'll sort of turn around and be like, can you check on Princess?
Captain, watch your step. There's sticky, gloopy stuff on the floor.
Ah! I'm unconscious.
I would go towards Ook, I think, with them panicking.
I think absolutely would as well.
I think we're probably after to get after this ghostly thing anyway, but...
Okay.
Yeah. Knowing that there's probably not much I can do against a ghost.
You're all leaving the unconscious princess?
I don't give a shit. I want the ghost.
The ghost that possesses people. There's an unconscious... Sorry, no. Doesn't matter. That was not it in character.
Okay.
So I can't say it.
Yeah. I'd unlock the door and fling it open, but seeing Ook do that, I'd be going towards them.
Okay. Ook, you want to try and defuse it?
You okay?
As you get
Yeah,
closer
so I will know where it is. So I'm going to try and stop it.
As you get closer to it, the heat that is coming off the spark on this fuse is immense. Even like a foot away, it appears to be singeing you.
How?
So,
Yeah.
do you want to try and grab the fuse, pull it out?
Yes.
Okay. I would like you to make me, first of all, then a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. That's a 9.
A 9. Okay. Bear with me 2 seconds.
Going over there. I'll try this one next.
As you reach for the fuse, it does burn your hand, and you cannot grasp it. It is the burning sensation is so strong that it almost melts the skin from your hand, and you take 13. You take 15 points of fire damage.
Okay, I'm gonna try and reduce that with her Daisy resilience dodge thing, and go again.
See the first
bear
attempt.
with me. The first attempt. The rest of you, as you make your way
how much
down.
was that total?
That was 15 total.
Okay, so I rolled 2 plus 3, 5, so I'm it's 10 down.
Okay, so you see Ook jerk back with their hand kind of, and you can almost see like the skin sizzling. Hipley was not as close.
To make
Stats
it easier for
and
you,
Yars would have been.
Do you want us to roll initiative to make it easier for you to beep 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 beep?
No, I'm alright.
Okay, cool.
I'd say Stats and Yars get there next.
Okay. So as I'm
Mage hand.
chasing, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I was gonna metal hand, but as I'm only if I see it. But as I'm chasing after the ghost, would I see all this kind of stuff and Ook get burned and?
You would hear Ook's like painful groan and see them jerk back, and you would see the thing. But Mage Hand. So you're going to cast Mage Hand?
and attempt to remove that fuse.
Okay. Bear with me 2 seconds. Bum, ba-da-bum, bum, bum. Okay. Roll me a strength check, please.
One of my wheelhouses, I see.
Mm-hmm.
It's a bit of
A 6.
It appears that the rope is kind of wedged in there. And as the mage hand grasps it and attempts to try and pull the fuse out, I mean, you know, the mage hand itself can lift anything up to 10 pounds. This thing is well made. And the mage hand cannot pull it out. Stats, you want to have a go?
Okay.
You've got about...
we need to diffuse this.
You've got about a minute left.
Okay. I'll just try and grab it.
Okay.
And try and squeeze it.
Roll me a con
out.
save, please.
Does he get help from Mage Hand when it comes to pulling it out? Please.
It's all good. Constitution saving throw. Okay. +2 equals.
Yeah, okay. It's not a crit fail. That's only on attacks.
You're crazy people.
However, it has translated in a crit fail on the damage dice. You take 6, 12, 18. You take 21 points of fire damage.
It's nothing.
I thought you were going to say 61,218 points of damage.
Ouch!
I'll
Hipley,
just hold out a glowing finger.
Hipley, you are closest. You are next.
Hipley's going to walk over, look at them, what the hell are you two doing? And being a master of gunpowders and things like that, Hipley is going to reach out and cast Prestidigitation and snuff out the flame.
Okay.
I don't have anything.
I don't have magic.
Oh, fuck, do I have control flames?
Or even Frostbolt.
You just got a water skin.
I can read the relevant line if you want.
Bear with me 2 seconds. Dun, 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 dun.
I don't even have a blade to cut it.
Hipley,
That's
snuffing
why
out DM's plans. One
No? Okay.
encounter at a time.
You instantaneously light or snuff out a candle, a torch, or small campfire.
Yes.
Okay. As you cast Prestidigitation, then, you feel the magic and you see it kind of manifest and grapple with the flame. Does not work.
It's not.
Okay.
Roll me an Arcana check, Hibley.
8.
Fucking rolling well tonight, people.
Unfortunately, I completely forgot what your class is. Artificery is more with the mechanical and less with the alchemical. You are aware, however, that maybe an alchemist who created something called Alchemist's Fire would potentially imbue the Alchemist's Fire with some kind of magic so that the flame would be magical and not normal.
Right. How far is it up to the top of the deck?
You'd get there in about a minute.
Figures.
Can anybody teleport this thing outside?
I was going to say, can I try something?
Go for it.
So, Thunderstep
Oh
means
shit.
that I can teleport myself to 90 feet away to an unoccupied space. You can bring along objects as long as their weight doesn't exceed what you can carry.
Mm-hmm.
Would you be happy for me to take this barrel with me? Or would Yars, looking at this, knowing his strength, think it's probably better if I just hold on to the fuse, take whatever damage it gives me, and try and hold on to it while I cast Thunderstep to leave?
With the fuse.
With the fuse.
An occupied space you can see.
Is there a porthole?
On this deck, no.
Bollocks. Look, oh, it is. You can see. That's annoying.
Have I got there yet?
Get
yes.
out. Everyone out. Quick message to
Bobby, you are in this weird wibbly wobbly, timey wimey, spacey wacy kind of game that we're playing. I'd say you are on your way. You are currently near the cells, whereas the rest of them have already got there. So as Yaz screams, "Get out!" what would you like to do?
Captain, are you okay?
No.
We still have the princess in the cell.
Yep.
I'm
Not our princess.
Yeah, I'm not going to let her die, though. I am going to try to pick her up and use the Gather-out to fly out, because it gives me more movement speed.
Okay. You grab the princess. She is very light. Almost as if she's got like hollow bones. You just very easily lift her in your arms. And you will the Gadabout to begin flying, and it immediately zips you both back out into the corridor. Back to...
I'll
keep going, yeah? As far as you can.
Yeah, just keep going.
Okay. All of you together then, what are you doing?
I'm going to say...
So, I one last question, DM. You said it would probably take a minute to get to the top deck for Hipley. Since I have a faster movement speed, would I be able to get there quicker, and before the fuse run out?
Well, saying that, it would take you a minute if you only move 30 feet around and used an action to do something. If you were using your full actions to dash, it would take you less than a minute to get to the deck.
What I would like to do then is grab the barrel and run with it, step of the wind, action dash, you name it, to try and launch it out onto the deck and into wild space.
Okay. Roll me a strength check, because I don't know if you've ever tried to pick up a large barrel full of liquid.
Ook will have absolutely been...
No, Ook will have tried.
Yeah, fair.
But while Ook might have tried, Ook isn't, Eddie Hall, right?
Strength, you said, yeah?
Strength check, please, yeah.
Does anybody have a blade to cut the fuse?
I have a rapier.
Too close. But then it rolled to a 4.
Okay. So
And
you do try and lift it up, even with the heat kind of battering against you. It doesn't burn you, but unfortunately, the strain of it, you don't have the time.
Can I switch then and pick Captain Yars up and run with him?
Okay. So Yars is just shouting.
He's not a willing target.
Not willing, so yeah.
Doesn't matter.
I'll go to pick Yars up and then stop.
Okay.
Can I take a crowbar to the bottom of the barrel to try and empty it below the fuse?
Near a flame.
You wanted to do what now, sorry?
There's one broken already, Captain, don't worry.
open the bottom of the barrel away from the fuse, so it empties. Where's the fuse? The fuse is going in top.
No,
That's
the
my
fuse
head.
is going in the side.
Yeah, that.
Right.
In my head, it was going in the top, like.
Sorry,
You know.
no, it's stuck in through the side of the barrel, as if these barrels were then meant to be loaded onto a mangonel on their side,
Yeah.
so that the fuse was then at the top and then fired at other ships.
How fast does the liquid pour that I've seen from the other stuff?
It's very thick, like not honey, not water, mead, somewhere in between.
You know, like that.
There's a mini for that.
Like that. You know,
No,
like
no,
that.
no, the other way. Other way.
Not that one.
The other way.
I'm gonna. I think I'm gonna take one last chance at pulling the fuse out, but I'm gonna use my rapier at the same time to try and cut it. I know they're not slashing weapons, but they do have an edge.
I think as we're all doing this, I'm going to be definitely trying to help.
And I will cast
guide.
guidance on myself.
Hang on. So, right. What? Say again, Hipley. So you're going to try and...
I'm going to grab the fuse, cut it, or try and slash it, and pull.
Okay.
And I'm going to just, like...
Roll me a Constitution saving throw.
Yeah, and I'm going to take damage. That's fine.
Yeah. I mean, I'm happy to do that as well if I'm assisting with this process.
Con... Did you say... Is it a con save?
Save.
Save 16.
16? Okay.
Yep.
And you take 5, 10, 14, 16 points of damage.
Yep.
And you cannot grab onto the...
Hold
rope.
on. Is this fire damage?
Yeah.
I'm fucking resistant.
Okay. So half the amount of damage you took.
It was
23.
21, wasn't it?
21,
23.
sorry. Yeah. 21.
Yeah.
So reduced to 10.
So 4 of that was temporary, so 6.
Okay. And Hibley, as you go to strike it with your rapier, bringing your hand back, all you manage to do is just smack what little remains of the fuse against the side of the barrel that also starts smouldering as the wood begins to catch.
Even with assistance.
Can you grab onto it? Roll me a con save.
Yeah. I'm gonna do all the things I can to try and help with this malarkey. That's better. That's a 16, but hey.
16?
Yeah.
You take 6, 12, 18, reduced to 9 points of fire damage. Because you're resistant, you still cannot grab onto it.
I'm just healed.
You now have, probably having used your action, if you want to move now, you have just enough time to get back onto the other ship.
Was it just me and Hipley left down there then?
No, because Yaz. What would Yaz like to do?
Captain, we need to go.
While this is going on, just because Ook is moving at a pace, as is obviously Bobby. As you get into the upstairs corridor, you do see kind of Grimzod just kind of leaning out of the door. Ah, you found the weapon that I spoke of. Where are you going?
Well, just as I'm flying past, we need to leave now. One of the barrels has been ignited.
You can hear this, Fang. And as you look up from trying to attune to the chair, you do see Grimzod, without question, move from the doorway and begin running up onto deck.
I will follow then.
Cool.
Did someone say the princess?
Yes, Bobby.
Did you say the princess?
Ook, you're on deck by now. Yaz, what did you manage?
And I'm screaming the entire way, evacuate.
I've still got a full water
What's
skin.
it going to cost me to put my gadabout on somebody? Or pass it to somebody? Like somebody who has lower movement, like Stats or Hipley.
Stats doesn't have lower movement, it's the same as yours.
Okay.
And a quick little butt.
You've all got the same movement.
Uh,
Stats currently would be slightly slower than you because they just took their action along with Hipley to try and defuse it once more. So you'd get movement dash. They'd get movement dash.
Can I use a bonus action to empty a water skin on it before I run? Because apparently I've still got one in my inventory.
No.
Oh, shit. Can I pull the water skin out so it's ready?
You can.
Should I? And then, you
Okay.
know.
This was my plan
Go,
before I overheard what you just said was going on. So I'm going to burn a sorcery point
Okay.
to use quicken spell on message to talk to Grimzoid and say something. One of the barrels has been lit. You need to leave immediately.
Okay.
If possible, I'd like to just drop my gadabout with these guys.
Okay.
Oh, actually, sorry. How badly damaged do they look at the minute?
I'm
They-
fine. I'm fine.
Yeah, they both look singed, but they're okay.
Cool. I'm going to drop my gadabout with them. Use all of my movement. And then I'll use my action to thunder step to get all the way out.
You can definitely see like a sliver of deck when you get to the corridor. You can just see the upper decks. You can definitely like thunder step out.
I know this is hindsight, but how much gold could I have taken with me?
I will let you know later. However,
Oh no.
thunder step. Okay.
No sparks, just thunder damage.
Mm-hmm.
Thunder's a noise and a rumbling. There's no lightning.
Then how do people get hurt by it?
They don't. They get
It's noise damage, basically. However,
I vibrate them to death.
basically, in the confined space that you are in, at the top of these stairs, in the corridor below decks of the ship, roll me 3d10.
Hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Fuck it. I'll just roll this one 3 times. So a 3,
Okay.
a 7,
Okay.
and an 8.
Okay.
18.
Now, with the ricketiness of the ship and the fact that your friends are 5 feet below you, you both take 18 points of thunder damage.
That was just fucking rude.
And Yaz, you are above deck.
Would I know that they are going to take that damage?
Don't matter, they've taken it.
I can cast careful because they technically get don't they get a Constitution saving throw?
Oh yeah, sorry,
Something.
guys. I apologise. You are right. Make a con save, please.
It's so fucking cruel.
Well, can I? Is it okay if I burn a sorcery point so they just succeed it immediately?
Go for it.
So let me go. Just double check how much I need.
Use
to
your sorcery
spend.
points. It's what they're there for.
It's fine. You're like, use the sorcery points. Then you won't have them for the next encounter.
Good. Good.
Or your friends.
I'm going to put the gadabout on and I'm going to grab stats and just fly.
Like an eagle.
To the sea.
Fine. As you fly, I'm going to toss the water skin at it just to see if it will do the thing.
Okay.
I'll show you oily magical fire.
Exactly.
So you're just going to throw the water skin at it, yeah?
Yeah, you know, open it up and...
Drive by, gadabout back.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
I
you
don't like doing it, but we're going.
So you fling the water skin at it. Roll me
D100.
this improvised weapon. Its range.
G100, anything above 98 will hit.
So
I'll roll a d20 and you just tell me.
okay,
It's a 16.
it's a 16.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean a little bit of water hits the fuse, but you immediately hear like this loud hiss of steam, as is evident by the fact that both of you have grabbed onto it a couple of times now. It is burning incredibly hot. However, what you also then notice is that the steam seems to be like a light. And as water splashes everywhere, it appears to take flame with it. Have you ever read stories about how Greek fire works and what happens if you chuck water on it?
No.
Like a chip on fire.
So now there are lots of little flames dotted about the other barrels as well.
That's fine. How much worse can it get? They're all going up when that one does.
I've been waiting like the last 20 minutes for one of you to say I'm going to throw water on it.
Good.
Right, I'm gonna delete that from my inventory now.
Okay. And you're just running, yes?
That's it. Stats doesn't get water for the rest of this.
Yeah. The full speed as much as I can, carrying stats with the gadabout.
Okay.
My feet are just going like that to assist.
Okay.
Run, dash. I do have advantage on strength checks as well, being a gift. So
That's fine.
yeah.
I'm assisting.
You can hear the flames building behind you as the small, tiny fires now you've created with the water skin start to catch on the alchemist fire-soaked planks of the entire deck. And you can hear the crack of flame as it begins to eat through wood at pace. But eventually, you do then reach the deck. You see all of your crewmates already on the other ship, calling you forwards, urging you on. The only crewmate you cannot see aboard is Topola, and you can see that the gangplank is being automatically retracted very quickly as the ship seems to vibrate as if someone else is flying it.
Thank God for that. I thought we were going to make it sway.
And you do manage to just make it onto the ship in time for the gangplank to completely retract behind you and the ship to immediately begin moving away. It is then you begin to hear the low, rumbling explosions that build and begin to fill your ears. As suddenly there is a blinding light. And the ship disappears. The shockwave, however, does hit the ship. And
Can I stand at the back and cast shield? Please.
Your...
Shield and enlarge. Twin spell, yeah? That's how that works,
Okay.
isn't it?
All power to the aft shields, Captain.
As Topola kind of tilts the ship to at least shield you from most of the blast, you do see a wall of fire kind of envelop the bottom of the living ship that you now stand on. And the ship takes... Hang on. No, that's the wrong dice. Give me a second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Did we save it before we went on board so we can just reload it?
The ship takes 110. The ship takes 110 points of fire damage.
I did, but it's corrupted.
Oh well.
The corona of blinding light fades from your eyes. You can see flame flicking up the sides of the living ship that you are on.
Don't
You can
use
see
water on
then
that.
a ball of just flame hovering in the middle of the cosmic storm as the last breath is finally reduced to ash by the alchemist's fire. You
Hey,
see,
Ook, you created a new star.
you see then just in front of the ball of fire a small floating form of a red tiefling. And as you see the last vestiges of the ship, the last planks, the last masts being reduced finally to ash, you see the soul of the tiefling laughing at you as she too begins to burn almost from the inside and then completely disappears.
Ah. I was ready to start hunting through our ship.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're not the only one. You're not the only one. I was like, I've got a nagging feeling at the back of my brain.
She needs to die again in a
That would be-
very painful way.
Yeah.
Can we go to hell now and go find her?
Yes, please.
Yeah, you got to find a temple. You all sit around. You drink this poison.
Yeah. We're not bringing her back. We're killing them all.
Garganhel looks at you all. Agony was tied to the vessel.
Oh well.
With the ship destroyed, so is her soul.
It was
I
rotten anyway.
require a ship. And it is you all who owe me one.
I think you'll find you didn't have that ship at
How
the
do
time.
you-
We took it back for you.
And I think you
Didn't
will...
say we were going to give it back to you.
Where did Agony get the flame from?
Agony.
Doesn't
Yeah.
matter where it came from. Agony created it. Sorry. Would Yars know roughly what happened, or would I just know that?
The only person on the deck of the ship right now who knows what happened is Ook.
How the hell are we meant to know that? Just changing my
We,
answer
we,
there.
we never saw
Yeah.
Agony once throughout the entire exploration of the ship.
Well, we saw it once.
She
Fucking
ran.
hell.
She set the flame and ran.
Ook, what happened?
Like Hipley said, the ghost set the flame and then ran.
Roll a deception check.
I mean,
think that's
technically true.
Yeah?
All right, okay.
please.
Roll a deception check
Or persuasion.
with advantage.
Is that insight?
As you believe it to be true.
I mean, if you want to
Well,
roll
I-
insight on one of your own friends, that's fine.
Yeah, we're trying to figure out what's going on. Didn't
That's what I
figure it out.
believe happened.
Because it's kind of a half truth. So yeah.
Thank you for the advantage, because I rolled a 2 and a nat 20,
Nice.
For
Yeah.
a total
and I have
of-
0 modifier on deception.
Cool. He Garganhill kind of sighs. Very well. Perhaps I can pick up another ship
Well, we're
on our
certainly willing to
travels
help you,
together.
but we're certainly willing to help you, but we don't have ships to give.
So as you don't have a ship, does that mean you're not a captain?
I am still a captain.
A captain without a ship? How's
Captain
that
of Ash.
Leave him alone.
You
let's
serve-
let's not start picking fights with captains.
You currently serve
No
a
shit.
commodore without a fleet.
Yeah, but we like him.
Are you going to take that from him?
Crux
see
looks
him.
like he wants to argue, but also kind of like, well, he's got a point.
Hipley's
So-
just gonna shoulder past and go down to see Topola.
And I'm just like, well, this is not really talk for what I'm interested in.
You feel movement in your arms, Bobby.
I was literally just about to say I'm going to go and lay our friend down on a bed and downstairs.
You feel movement in your arms, though, and you look down, and there are, like, shining gold pupils staring back at you. I am Princess Zidali, daughter of Emperor Zavan and heir to the throne of Xaryxis. Who are you and where am I? And I will thank you to unhand me.
As you wish. I lay her down on her feet.
Okay.
As you wish.
And we are there going to take a break. The reason we're going to take a break is because while it is going to be a bio break for a lot of us, the rest of you also have to level up. So,
What?
well, the first half of this session was supposed to be a fight, and then the second half was supposed to be the ship blowing up. But you guys remembered that gravity planes were a thing. And yeah, so cool. So we're going to take a quick break. We will be back in 5 or 10 minutes, and they will be a higher level. But yes, please don't go anywhere. And as always, if you do have to go anywhere, bring some friends back with you, and they can watch as well. But yes, we will not be long. But we're going now on break. So bye bye. Hello! Welcome back to part 2 of Spelljammer Hotshots, part 2, Light of Xaryxis, episode 7. Yes, where we left off, you had very quickly made the battle map I'd painstakingly created defunct and useless, but you very quickly bested the ship of Gargan Hill, sent all of his crew, or his mutinous crew, careening off into the Astral Sea in the middle of a cosmic storm. You then very quickly investigated the ship, and unfortunately, while looking for the ghost attached to the ship, one of your number was possessed and decided to use the many barrels of the alchemist fire below deck to blow up the ship with you all on it.
Decided is the word.
I mean,
Ook
it does sound
didn't
like the
decide.
sort of thing that Ook would do.
Ook didn't decide. Agony decided. You attempted to defuse the chest. Unfortunately, many of you were burnt in the process as the magical alchemical flame seared itself into your hands. But you did manage to make it off the ship with the weapon that Gargan Hill had promised you. The weapon that just so happened to be Princess Zadali, heir or daughter of Emperor Zavan, and heir to the Xaryxian Empire.
I am so thick. I did not make that connection. I was thinking we just burnt the weapon.
It's fine.
It's not
fine.
that rare either.
It's fine, Hipley. You're not the only one.
This is even though when you got upstairs and saw Gargan Hill, he looked down at the body in Bobby's arms and said, you found the weapon that I told you about.
I missed that bit. I thought you just...
I didn't hear that bit.
Bobby, you heard that bit, right?
Yeah.
Ook,
Oh, wow.
Weirdly, only the people in-game in earshot of Gargan Hill heard me say it.
Me and Stats were just panicking. Like,
Yeah.
Okay.
I was still running.
God, guys, that's very method. Sorry, we're not in that corridor.
We're just that good.
Yeah, we're not in that corridor. We're going to ignore you. But yes, so she's awoken. She's introduced herself.
Hello.
Down deck, below deck, or on top, or
On deck. As Bobby's just kind of put her down.
Just to
Because
put it
that's
out
who
there,
we were, didn't she?
yeah,
Pardon?
just to put it out there in case the DM wasn't aware, my passive insight is quite high. Just
Okay.
just put it out there.
All right. Cool. What is your passive insight?
17.
Cool.
My passive insight is also really, really high.
Okay. What is your passive insight?
9.
Okay.
It's better than my rolling.
Well,
Actually, yeah, for you that's pretty high.
So you're on deck with Crux, the princess. Gargan Hill has gone below deck to mourn the loss of his ship.
He'll get over it.
And she is all looking at you confused after demanding to know who you were.
I've gone down to
I'm
the
just going to walk up
seat.
and... Oh, go on.
before we engage in a full-on dialogue. Sorry, Hipley, you were describing something you were doing below deck, weren't you?
Oh, I've just gone down to Topola to the seat. Yeah, I've left him to it.
Okay. With the princess having said that just before you left. You're ignoring it.
Well, I shoved past Gargan Hell to go. So I might have just heard that, but yeah, I've carried on.
Okay.
It's not Hipley's princess.
Would Yars know anything more other than that is the princess? Would any further information been passed on by any significant family members? how close that family member might be to said royal family.
Okay.
I think Yaz has got posters of the princess on his wall.
You know that Princess Adalia is one of two children, twins that were born to Emperor Zavan many years ago. Zavan is old even in the long lifespans of the elves, regardless of where that elf originates. And you know that at least predominantly the last time you were inside the Empire, which is, a few months ago now, considering your time spent in the academy and such, you know that Zavan, because of their advanced age, was taking more of a back seat in court or the affairs of the Empire, as it were, leaving most of the running of the Empire to his daughter, Zidali, and his son, Zeleth. Zidali is well liked in general by at least the public that you would have rubbed shoulders with. None of you are quite sure.
Yes, the strong feminist type.
But none. You wouldn't be quite certain how the peasants felt about her, for example. Zeleth is respected, but also a healthy fear of Zeleth is encouraged, as they're a bit more scheming, a bit colder.
Bit more Yaz.
But that's predominantly what you know about Zidali. She's still looking around at you all.
Okay, sorry.
Bang's
you
gonna
were
have
gonna say
just
thank
walked
you,
up to her and knelt down and just said, "We're the people whose home is currently being destroyed by your people." See how she reacts.
I'm just going to walk behind Fang and say, yeah.
Yes.
I have no idea of what you speak.
Big giant crystals growing out of the ground.
Our home planet has been ravaged by them.
I know, of course, that a planet in a far-off wild space system has been seeded, but it's uninhabited.
No, it was not.
It's a fully populated planet. How many people, roughly? Right?
Millions.
I'm sure I could relay that information.
She kind of looks down and then looks back up at you. Then my brother has lied to us all. He was, of course, in charge of finding a planet safe enough for us to save our dying star.
Do I believe her?
Roll an insight check.
Ooh, really?
Follow up. After
Not
the
just-
insight, actually.
Not just passive insight.
Can I get in
no,
on that
really.
insight?
Yeah.
Okay, it's better than my passive. 19.
19.
19.
You believe her when she blames her brother.
Okay.
And
She
what
seems-
position have you been holding in court recently?
He seems to be speaking the truth.
I am much more diplomatic than my brother. I have kept the court calm in these trying times.
So you just spoke to the planet before destroying it?
I was not aware what planet my brother had picked.
Why would he choose a habited planet?
Honestly, I do not think my brother gave it a thought or cared.
Does anyone in your council care or give it a thought?
That says a lot.
I'm sure they would. But unfortunately, I have been banished from court.
What happened? Why have you been banished?
Look, from what I can gather, the way you are looking at me and the way you speak, we both want the same thing. Revenge. As my father lies on his deathbed, my scheming brother, Zeleth, denies me my birthright. He seized control of my father's navy, banished me from court, and left me in the clutches of his sycophants. He orchestrated the attack on your world, has obviously bombarded it with astral seeds, harvested from Xaryxis, our dying star. Once the crystal vines have drained all the energy from your world, they will discharge that energy in a beam of light back to Xaryxis, replenishing it. That is how it has worked for generations.
How do we
stop it?
Also, what happens to anything caught in between
Oh,
that
shit.
beam and your star?
I am uncertain. No reports of anything having been caught between the beam have reached us.
Well, that's not encouraging.
I am glad you have saved me from both my brother and pirates. Zeleth instructed his minions to deposit me on the seeded world, so that as I died, my energy could contribute in some small way to the light of Xaryxis. My ship, however, was disabled and boarded by your friend that I saw go below decks.
Don't worry, he is not our friend.
I think she meant
He's
me.
our friend.
I will... I have a proposition for you all. Help me become Empress, and I will undo the damage that Zeleth has already caused your world.
Now I'd like to insight check.
Go for it.
Yeah.
Is that a yes?
Yeah, go for it.
Not as good.
7.
Never mind.
14, so I'll go with my passive of 17.
Would you say that this counts as a
short rest?
ability check?
Ability check? Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
Cool. Tides of Chaos. I'm re-rolling that motherfucker.
Tides of Chaos? Did you just say the words Tides of Chaos?
Yep.
You did.
That sounds very chaotic.
Insight. So 15. Worth it. Bumped it up. Worth the TPK that's about to happen.
No, it's fine.
You see a barrel of alchemical fire floating towards the ship.
It's fused with
As
only
everything
5
slows
seconds
down.
left.
Oh! Fuck!
In all that Zidali has said, then, you are certain for the most part she is telling the truth. There are things that she is hiding, but for the most part she does appear truthful about her hatred for her brother, the situation that her brother put her in. So when it comes to saving your world, it doesn't ring as a lie, does maybe seem like she's hiding that it might not be as easy as she is stating.
Yeah. I mean, I was already proposing to ask, how could you possibly bring back all the people that have been affected?
All of the people on your world are, at least those not unfortunately crushed by destruction of property, safe. In stasis, I suppose you could call it. Until the crystals are at, I suppose, how to explain it to people from a backwater.
Try.
Growl.
Try explaining it to me.
Very well. Until the crystals reach critical mass, with the energy they have absorbed, they are not ready to transmit that energy across the cosmos to Xaryxis. So, the people of your world are held at the point of death. Their energy not quite sucked from them until they die, until the energy blast takes it all at once. Once
So
I can stop the growth, reverse it, their energy will be returned to them, and all of those not crashed in the, what I'm assuming were terrible stampedes of evacuation, should be safe.
So you can't reverse everything that has already happened then?
Unless you can find me a wish spell, no.
You can just reduce slightly what has already happened.
I cannot reverse the deaths that have already occurred, but I can stop more from happening.
How do we know that you will honor your suggestion? What guarantees can you give us?
None, other than my word as a member of the royal family of the Empire of Xaryxis.
I'll look over to Captain Yaz.
How much does that mean to Captain Yaz?
Everything.
As well, as your brother has proved, as you say, that is not to be taken at face value.
As a Xaryxian aristocrat, you would have had it drummed into you from a young age that not only is the royal family's word law, but it is also to be trusted. You are aware, though, that there is a kind of undercurrent. It is not so much a joke as a warning, but it is said in parties behind fans and whispered to each other with titters of laughter that the only time one should trust the word of Prince Zeleth is when he tells you he's going to kill you. The rest of them, they're all right.
The rest of them, like any royalty.
Stats, did you ask me that question, or did you?
I just looked over to you too, like, is what she says true about the royal family?
Not heard the contrary to herself, but my brother's not one to be trusted, so
Clearly.
for the moment, perhaps.
My brother's word, of course, is his bond, as long as that word is your execution.
Well, he's obviously lied to you, because here you are.
Yes. managed to do
Yes.
out of the way.
My father's idea of us both sharing the throne upon his death did not sit well with my brother.
Your father was in no position to do anything against your banishment?
Unfortunately not. I fear at least from the word of my captors while I was sailing away before I was kidnapped or rescued by the vampirates, that a funeral is being planned. The death and funeral of an emperor of Xaryxis are the final stages of their ascension to godhood. My father's dying wish was that he become one with the light of Xaryxis when the star is at its brightest, which of course prompted my brother to find a world to feed from. The funeral, I believe, will be held just before your planet is to be doomed. The timing must be perfect.
How long do you think we have?
Days,
Awesome.
weeks at best.
I just put my hand on Fang's back. What do you say, Fang?
We know who we need to kill.
Not as if we
Let's
have
go
any
arrange another
option.
funeral.
You need to destroy a star.
Destroy.
But
The
Oak
only
just
way
made-
to
What?
save your world is to destroy Xaryxis, the star at the heart of Xaryxis space. If the star dies, the crystal vines on your world die as well. As a member of the Imperial family, I can destroy Xaryxis by performing a ritual of the Astral Fund in the Temple of Light, which is located in the Imperial Fortress, which also so happens to be the place my father's funeral will be held.
What happens when the star dies?
Well, many stories, some of which can't possibly be true, but have any of you heard of Doomspace?
Would we have?
I think we.
But yeah, we
It's-
have.
it's
That's where we were
it's
headed.
absolutely the place
Yeah.
that Crux has been
Oh,
trying to
yeah,
take
yeah,
you to all this time.
Why would you agree to do this to your entire people?
My people can be warned, saved. Apart from those loyal to my brother, of course. However, even my father, warmonger that he was in his younger days, would not allow an entire world to be destroyed just to brighten our star.
Okay, let's do it.
The Imperial Fortress will orbit Xaryxis, will be moved into orbit around Xaryxis until my father's funeral, after which it will return to the Astral Sea. We have until then to work out a plan.
How big is the fortress?
Have you ever been to the Rock of Bra?
Yes.
We have.
Maybe.
As wide and as long, but the city is much more developed, I think is a diplomatic way of putting it.
Is it?
It's a pompous way of putting it.
You've, in your youth, Yaz, been to the Imperial Fortress. You know the Imperial Fortress to be... the Imperial Fortress is just what, like, the higher-ups tend to call it. It is called Xaryxis, and it is a city unlike any other. It's built on the back of an asteroid that has been shaped into the star moths, the beautiful butterfly vessels that the astral elves have attacked you using while you've been in the astral sea.
I'm aware of them. Yes.
Yeah, the Imperial Fortress sits on the back of an asteroid that has been carved and shaped into a gargantuan star moth, as big as the Rock of Brawl, if not slightly bigger, and there is a city built on both surfaces.
Wow.
And as she says, it is a diplomatic way of her putting it. What she's doing is calling the Rock of Brawl a backwater, but considering the smallest building that you saw as a child in the Imperial Fortress was 4 stories tall, she's not wrong. At least the, slightly pompous astral elven side of you is like, she's a bitch, but she's not wrong.
She's out of line, but she's right.
Harsh, but fair.
Is this a military city, or is there civilians there also?
The Imperial Fortress is more of a palatial city, where the most affluent of the Empire pay to live. The military side is, of course, the Imperial fleet, which will escort the fortress as it makes its way to orbit Xaryxis.
So we need to sneak in as a Imperial cruiser, perhaps.
Crux
perhaps...
kind of very audibly shuffles and makes an angry kind of exhale and stalks off loudly to the back of the ship.
Or perhaps we use Grimzoid's invisibility ability again.
Invisibility ability, eh?
Quite. Let me just go double check with the Commodore what we're making plans about his ship and his charter without much of his consent here. Princess, you seem to be, for whatever it counts in this part of space, trustworthy for the moment. If you're not, we will kill you, but...
I am trustworthy. However, I do require a rest, I think. Is there suitable quarters aboard your ship?
Let me discuss that with the Commodore, and we'll see what we can do.
Captain, Princess can use my quarters. It's okay. I don't mind.
Yaz is kind of like, shut the fuck up. Gotta check with the Commodore first.
Just look out for shed.
And where are your quarters?
That plan's right there.
You have me at a disadvantage. You know my name. I do not know yours.
Roll.
I'm Bobby. It was I who managed to get you off the other ship. We all...
My thanks. I am not familiar with your species.
I'm Yuan T. It's my snake kin, if you were.
In the tongue of the astral elves, our particular elven dialect, I am aware there are others out there on less developed worlds. Yuan Ti means great servants of the sky. Yes. And you saved me with wings. It would appear we were correct. Thank you, Bobby. And you, my tabaxi friend.
I'm just going to growl and walk off.
It comes out like. "Brr."
Expected. I shall call him Fluffy.
Does Fang hear that?
No.
I wouldn't recommend it.
You are a odd assortment.
He's also spoken for, just to let you know.
I wouldn't.
We've all done our Constitution saving throws. Luckily, we all passed.
Don't tell her your name, Ook.
Ook.
I absolutely won't start.
Stats.
Correct.
Your GIF friend. I'm aware, of course, of Commodore Crux. There is a bit of a hint of venom when she says his name.
Ooh. Reputation preceded him.
Oh, you are?
Your other GIF friend.
That would be up to them to introduce themselves to you.
Very well. And you? Are you a loyal subject of the Empire?
Me?
No, the other astral elf on board.
Oh, I thought Yaz had wandered
Gone
off.
below to see.
Commodore.
Oh, you've wandered off, have you? Yeah, sorry. Right, okay, very well. He's ignoring me for now. I will find out later.
It's been a very difficult last few hours.
Which door is yours, please, Bobby?
I will. Please, it's below deck, and I will show you.
My thanks again.
Do you need any healing?
Nothing that I'm sure a comfortable and long rest won't help me with.
Good.
Might I take my leave of you all?
I'll step back.
It has been an unforeseen pleasure meeting you. And she follows you, Bobby, below deck. Yaz.
Yes.
You find Crux off, standing around. He is very obviously sulking as he stares off the back of the ship into the now receding cosmic storm that you seem to be coming out of.
Hey, Commodore. It's okay. No, sorry, I won't do that.
Oh, but why?
Do you say that to him?
No,
Okay.
no. I was joking.
He doesn't acknowledge your presence as you approach.
I'm really sorry. Tom's forgotten. What point did he walk off in the points? What point in the conversation did he walk off with that huff?
When she started talking about the plans of installing
sneaking
her as
in.
Empress, and you guys started talking about sneaking in and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll stay.
Basically, when talk came around attacking or getting into the Imperial Fortress.
I'll stay at like a sort of diagonal, kind of half in his peripheral, but also out of arm's reach if he decides to swing round and try to hit me. Commodore?
Sorry, I was not polite to your possible future Empress, my friend, but all that talk reminded me of a great shame of mine.
It's been a conflicting few weeks that make me question if there would ever be an emperor or an empress of mine. Again, what if I could be so bold as to ask, has prompted you to bring up such a word as shame?
Let's talk of the Imperial Fortress. I've seen it before. Long ago, perhaps. God, has it been so long? 20, 30 years. We tried to destroy the Imperial Fortress when it was out in the Astral Sea. Me, my fleet, my friends. We planned well. Our force was great, well trained. But we were routed by the Elven Armada. My flagship was one of the... one of a handful of vessels to escape. But only after it suffered terrible damage, being chased by Prince Zealous' Solar Dragon Mount. I lost more comrades that day than I care to count. But I find myself doing so every once in a while. My darkest days, my soberest days. Remember every face, every name, every rank. My hatred of your empire has only grown since that day, though it was great before. That hatred is equaled only by my disgust at myself, my disgust of my cowardice for running, not dying with them, my failure to win, or at least to save more. He just kind of stares off into the distance again, goes silent.
Then perhaps let's take this proposed plan as an opportunity. That the many you lost were not in vain. And if this princess, whether you class her as mine or of any others, proves her word true, we may have saved as many and maybe tenfold. There's very little we can do about what has been. We have very little influence on what's now. Let's think about what's next and keep what's inside of our circle of chaos under our influence.
It's only getting more chaotic as the days go by. We have a fugitive princess from an empire that I want to destroy aboard. We have a vampire captain without his fleet, who would as soon as drink one of us dry as help us. Probably. We have, perhaps, a very angry group of locals on the Rock of Brawl who are unhappy that we made away with this ship. And while I see the wondrous naivete of your plans, and how wonderful it would be if they worked, the entire Elven Armada. And he kind of shudders at the mention of the Armada again. Orbiting that fortress. Regardless of how sneaky you are, there's going to be an army in that city. If they notice you, there's an entire army. A fleet of star moths after you. Quicker than you can say dreadnought.
With that, a dreadnought appeared. No.
Yeah, but we've got a Hipley.
I have. When we get to that point, if we're that concerned of being discovered, I can believe it or not. Remain well hidden.
Roll a persuasion check.
Oh. Oh no, all of these dice have fucked me at least once this evening.
Well, they should be nice and relaxed then.
Yeah.
Persuasion. Okay, so my persuasion is a +6. That's an 8.
An 8.
An 8.
Okay. Okay.
Just fucked up this entire thing. Commodore's not on board now.
Don't worry, we're doing that all between us. It's fine. Throw water on, a chip fan fire.
I'd light a fuse, set a bomb off. We all make mistakes.
I appreciate your attempts. But I don't even think my plan is gonna work.
So you have a plan better than what we have?
Probably not. If you don't mind, I would very much like a moment to myself. No offense intended, as you have been a stand-up member of my crew so far. You do look like one of them.
That's understood. Before I leave, you raised a very, very valid point about another captain aboard the ship, not Hipley, the vampire. One thing that my father did teach me is everything has a motive. I believe
Good luck
they
in
just
finding
lost
out
theirs.
his.
Well, I believe theirs is gone now, and as you said. But food for thought. Forgive me, Commodore. I'll leave you to your thoughts. Off
Real
the pop.
food.
As you wander off,
floats past.
Flinch drops down from the tree behind you. Or
Oh,
behind,
shit,
behind Crux.
Fucking creepy old bastard.
Thank you for trying. He's not easy to talk to when he is like this. However, he is, though he will not say so himself, a master tactician. You should give his plan some thought.
As soon as I hear it, I will. But,
I know it. Would you like to hear it?
let's, yes.
Very well.
Let's wait. Let's get a couple of others together, just so that only Yars doesn't have to remember this. I don't always refer to myself in the third person, but I had a moment there where it was as if I was possessed by somebody else.
Had an epiphany. Lightning.
So as you gather everyone up then. Hipley.
So while that was going on,
Sorry.
just a quick one. I was going around giving people drinks, pouring out wine, going, well, that was a thing. So when we catch up with yours and Mr. Flynn, I'll pour them out drinks as we start. So we're all drinking while having the discussion.
Hipley, you get downstairs. Toppler is there in the chair. Well, hello, my pink friend. How that was, so things happen.
It was something, all right. How's the ship?
Oh, she's a good girl. She'll be right as rain quite soon, as long as, well, as soon as Starbow gets their grow on, she'll be all good.
Out of interest, she's living. Does she heal or mend?
A bit of both, really. Not the entire ship isn't alive, of course. Living ships tend to be ships constructed just as any other would be in a shipyard or dock. And then is probably convinced or persuaded or just decides to take root aboard a ship. There's no need for mangonels. There's less need for shipwrights and menders on board. I'm sure, though, if any of y'all have any mending capabilities, I'm sure Starbow would be gracious for the help.
Can I see any roots or branches or anything running through this room?
Fucking everywhere. There are no nails that you can see holding the planks down. Each plank seems to be kind of tied at either end with incredibly thin but very then thick bunches of vines. And you've gotten used to walking around the ship by now, but at first when you were aboard, you did used to kind of trip over them. And as you look down, there was no damage whatsoever from your foot to any of the vines. So whatever it's made from is strong. Like it takes some impact or some concentrated effort to damage Starbow or any of the roots and vines. But yeah, everything. Any place on the ship that you would normally think would be fastened by metal is not. Anything on the ship that you would expect to be roped or tied is a vine.
I'm going to reach out for the nearest patches, and I'm just... I'm sorry, girl, and cast Cure Wounds through it. At level 2.
Okay.
Might not be a lot for a ship, but...
Roll some hit points.
110. Yeah.
That's 12 extra HP.
12.
But I'll do that twice.
You see the arcane energy then the first time you do it kind of almost settle on top of a long thick vine which kind of makes up like the windowsill of a particularly large porthole that is in this room. And as it settles, like a kind of almost as if you've just poured water and it's pooled over the top of the vine, you can see it slowly just almost being slurped up as if you were pulling liquid through a straw into the vine. And then that vine begins to shine, glow slightly, as the glow then grows and fades as it travels through other vines. And you can see it then running along the planks beneath your feet.
I watched that go along, and then I struck it again and give it another 12. Okay. And so, well, I hope you can forgive me. I failed down there. I should have been smarter.
In what way did you fail?
I made the wrong decision. I should have been with them, and then I misjudged the situation.
You are a pilot, Hipley.
Yes.
You went to the helm.
Yes.
Where you could have been of most use. You didn't fail. I'm just a little bit late to the party, that's all.
But I could have been smarter.
I think you will find that they all failed. Me in particular. But themselves mostly. And you see Garganhill standing at the door.
Ass.
I can't wait to kill that prick.
Shall we do it now,
Tom
Captain?
said.
Papala, my love, my darling. There is a conversation we need to have. I would prefer to have it sooner than later. In private. And you are well aware that he's currently trying to kick you out of your bedroom. Because where the Spelljammer helm is in your room.
It's my room.
Be Hipley. Be Hipley.
I'm watching Topola. I'm watching their face, and trying to get a read on them.
She's smiling. She looks relatively comfortable. We do need to talk. We do need to talk, that is true. It's been a long time coming. However, I didn't go anywhere. I've been in pretty much the same place since we broke up. So, that conversation could have been had at any time. If someone had deigned to take a day off their glorious quest to destroy the Xaryxian Empire all on their little lonesome with their piddly little fleet of broken ships and actually come to apologize. Perhaps. Obviously, this is all conjecture, and I'm sure you were very busy.
I struck in you and smiling a little.
But you are right, we should talk. Hibley?
Yes?
The ship is on its way towards Doom Space. Unless you have any other orders, it'll get there.
Would you like my room for a second?
No. There aren't enough pointy bits of wood in this room. And she stares at Garganhill as she says so.
Stake through the heart.
I'm
or
sure I
exposure
found
to
a.
You're too late.
I'm sure I saw a broken crate in the storage compartment downstairs. Seems as good as places, ain't it?
I think I have some 20 bits of wood in my stash. I can get you a suitable one. How big do you want? Like,
We won't be long.
shout if you need me.
I will. And she basically pushes Gargan Hill out of the door.
Jump into my hammock and just hum to Newt. Put my rifle down by the side of it. Can I feel the attunement to the helm? Is that singular person breaks the last person?
No, you are a pilot of that helm.
Yep.
Once you're attuned to it, sitting in it, as long as no one... you know from your spelljamming lessons, the only way to break your attunement, not to a chair, but to a ship, is if, and it does sometimes happen, there are larger vessels that would sometimes have 2 spelljamming helms on them. Just so they'd be easier to get to. They would normally carry maybe 2 to 3 pilots. So if one was incapacitated, there'd always be someone who could jump into one of the chairs in any given position on the ship. The only way that your attunement to a ship would be broken is if both spelljamming pilots attempted to control the ship at the same time. And then it would be a contest of wills to see which one of you won control of the vessel.
Yeah, so with giving it up, I can just feel out again.
Yeah, you can just jump back into it and the ship is yours once more. But, you do know that there are pirates out there who carry spare spelljamming helms and literally just drop them onto the deck or even maybe the underneath of ships they want to take over, and then trust that the pirate in the chair has a stronger will than the pilot of the ship they're trying to take.
Yeah, after a moment in my hammock, I'm going to go over, sit in the helm, and then spread out my awareness as far as I can reach around the ship. And just start watching the stars and feeling my way.
That is then where the rest of your colleagues find you when they begin to congregate for a conversation with Bosun Flinch.
Something I wanted to do first.
Go on there, Bob.
As I'm showing, what's her name?
Zidali
down to my quarters, I'm just going to ask her, in the military or the fortress that we are going to hopefully seclude into, do you have any allies in the military or in the Empire that you can rely on, that you trust, that could come to your aid if a fight, so we don't have an entire army against us?
There are some in the Armada and the armored force on the fortress that would rally to my side. However, I would, if it came to trying to win them over to my cause, probably require a show of force, which, while I am sure you are all quite capable, your lone ship is not.
Is there anyone outside of the Empire we could ask to aid in that?
I have never really considered asking outside of the Empire for aid. I do not know what you have heard, but the Xaryxian Empire is not well liked.
Wonder why.
I do hope to, upon my coronation, strive to change that view of the Empire.
I'm sure it would be well received. I also would like to apologize for my friends. It's been a very difficult few months. We were on Toril when the attack happened. We barely escaped. We saw it firsthand. And it was...
Toril is the name of your world.
Yes.
I had thought I was aware of all worlds that had spelljamming capabilities, but I apologize, your one was overlooked. I will see that it is added to the records. And should you aid me, I will confirm to the rest of the Empire and beyond that not only is Toril to be welcomed into the cosmic community, but you are to be hailed as heroes and not to be trifled with.
I don't like travel.
I am sure that would be welcomed. But first, we have a job to do.
That we do.
I hope these quarters will be suitable enough for you. I'll remove my stuff out of so you can have it to yourself.
My thanks. And she lays down on the bed, looks around as if she's found a bad smell, but is gracious enough not to say anything and does lay down on the bed to get comfortable and rest.
Finds a pea.
And eventually then you
stick up her ass.
find the rest of your friends and are ushered into Ibley's bedroom.
Hey.
Ibley, wake up.
Maybe
Get out the chair.
You want to know the plan?
Why are you all in my room?
Before we start, this isn't another one of your tricks to play a card game, is it?
No, I've taken as much money from you as I could possibly wish. It is pitiful how terrible you are at cards. Honestly, I do not enjoy playing against you anymore.
Wow.
I used to enjoy winning. With you, it's genuinely,
I said it's fine.
It hurts me. it is physically painful taking your money.
I get it. You should try prize fighting with them.
I'm not playing you anymore. And he points at stats. You're very difficult to read. You spoil the game.
I don't know why.
Well, his tell is everywhere. And he points at you, Yaz. It's like he breathes, and I could tell you what numbers are on the cards, not just whether it's a good hand or not. With
Your
you,
tell is
it's all, and he just kind of ding ding ding. Nothing moves. Exactly. Where were we?
it's in the mustache. Honest.
Son of a bitch.
Anyway, the plan.
No, it's here. It's in the mustache.
Well, which plan?
Well, we don't know what's going. We don't know what's going.
Oh, the Commodore's plan. Of course. So. He wishes to catch up with an old comrade in arms, another who survived the rout at the Imperial Fortress. He's slightly younger, slightly more adventurous giff, named Warwick Blastimov. He left for Doom Space months ago. I think to join or to create a coalition to fight the Xaryxian Empire. They used to communicate regularly using the stones, the things, the stones.
We know. That's fine. Yeah.
Yes, the stones that the message. Yes.
Yeah.
Crux, unfortunately, got very drunk one night on Brawl and lost his stone. So, you know.
What a noob.
A couple of days before you turned up, in fact. I think when they last spoke, Warwick was in Doomspace, on the moon of Arun. Might have said Arun. Might have been having a drink with someone named Aaron. I don't know. But he was looking for allies to join the coalition, so I think he has made headway. That is why we went to Topola. That is why you have this. And he points at your belt stance.
Orrery?
Yeah.
Does that show Doomspace?
No, because the orrery has not been to Doomspace. It only shows the sector of space that the orrery is currently in. However, once we get to Doomspace, you open the orrery, and it will show you where Arun is. Then we can find Warwick Blastimov.
So, this coalition, might they have a number of ships?
I would hope so. That is what the coalition is for, I'm assuming.
I was speaking with the princess, and she said if we came with enough show of force, there are allies that she would trust that would join her from the Imperial fleet with their own ships. So that would add to our strength. Enough maybe to topple her brother.
Bring Topple with us then.
Mm-hmm.
At least buy us enough time to perform the rite.
I don't know about you guys, but I kind of want to meet someone called Blastimov.
It sounds like an interesting name.
He's a little bit crazy.
Wow. In general, or is that just the Doomspace that's done that?
No, in general. Lot of alcohol, lot of explosions.
There you go, Ook. Someone to be friends with.
Look up to.
Well, I think over the next how long will it take us to get to this location?
Doomspace.
Hmm.
From here, a week.
We're on the way already.
Very gently over the next few days, everyone make an effort to speak to the Commodore. We also need to establish what we're going to do with our vampire friend.
Kill it.
Gargandale.
Hmm.
Well, to be fair, he's got a very nice set of dead hands dice on him. I mean, if you wanted to gamble.
Topola will handle Gargamel.
Are you sure?
Yes.
That's what I'm worried about.
Okay. I trust your judgment, Hippoly.
He doesn't have an awful lot of choice at this stage. If he wants his own ship again, he's got to come with.
True, but I suspect
not,
he
he
also
can get-
has the capability to take this one if we're not careful. So,
Topola can manage him.
okay.
Hope so.
I think we all could if we put our minds to it. Sorry, I do seem to have some oil stuck in my nasal cavity.
So, doom
We can
space
squeegee
to
that
find
out.
Warwick, blast him off.
I hear they get squeegee things and suck.
Topolo will handle. All I've
I'm-
got is Gargamel in my head now. Grimzoid.
Grimzod.
Grimzod, close.
Um,
And,
Even if she can't, she knows where to ask for help.
and between all of us, we should take a moment to speak with the Commodore each day until we get there.
I'm going to set up some targets on the deck, wooden ones. It always brightens his spirits if he can get his eye in, you know. So I'm gonna set down some targets. If you want to join in, he tends to enjoy showing off. So.
would you compete against me? Is it competition? Is that what we're doing next? I didn't really see the point of those card things, but if we're gonna do targets,
I'm not shooting, but Crux will.
you're not gonna join in?
And he looks at his hands, his incredibly long fingers. I'm not very good with the guns.
I have a crossbow.
I like to punch things.
Okay.
He gets it. And he points at Ook. he gets it, right?
Yeah. It sounds like a good plan. If you all agree, and you, Captain. I'm sorry for how it played out on the ship.
We all tried. That was all that counts.
It's a good plan, and it is what it is. Bobby, sorry, before we break. Other than what you've mentioned now, did you get any read on the princess? What do you think? You tend to be a good judge of character.
Honestly, I think it's the best option we have at the moment, and I do believe that yes, that is what she wishes. That is what is the case. Until we can read more and learn more as time goes on, perhaps what is she is hiding may reveal itself, and only then can we enact upon it.
What does she want? I get this plan of where we're going next and building this coalition. What's she after?
Her brother has basically banished her. Their father wanted them to rule together, and her brother is claiming the throne for himself.
Yeah.
So she wants him out of the way.
Cool.
Well,
not cool.
So she'll get the throne for herself.
And she said that she's hoping to, once she is in rule, that the Empire will be more open to other worlds and nations and be less insular.
Can she stop the destruction of the planet?
Well, from what she said, yes, but again, it didn't seem as though she was fully honest.
Apparently, we would have to blow up the star.
Yeah.
We get to blow up a star.
Their star, Xaryxis.
Hibley's in.
We get to blow up a star.
Yeah.
We need a Hipley ship.
We might need a bigger gun.
It's done by a rite at a
What?
temple. Yeah, I know. Not
The
as
right of Anchor S.
But you can shoot everyone trying to stop it.
Can I shoot the stair?
You could try. I don't think much would happen, but
I know.
Depends what you shoot it with.
I know you're all in a very serious conversation right now. But just saying, none of you have ever been out of a wild space system, correct?
As far as we're aware.
Technically, we all came from. Oh no, I'm thinking of astral sea.
Realm space.
Realm space. None of you have ever traveled out of realm space.
I may have when I was younger with my mother, but I don't remember very well.
Okay. Then you may want to see this. Come. And he rushes back up to deck.
It was a quick week.
Yeah. Grab my rifle and follow.
I'm going to press long rest. No. 7 times.
So I'm going to press on after Hipley.
As you get onto deck then, and look out towards the front of the ship, you notice that all of the stars that you've passed, all of the nebulas that you have travelled through, the cosmic storms, have been left in your wake. And now, in front of you, is a wide black expanse of nothing. Suddenly, the ship begins to slow and shudder, and the blackness seems to encroach on the ship itself until even the lights of the lanterns around you start to darken. And as the weight of that darkness begins to become oppressive, almost crushing you against the wood of the deck, stealing the breath from your lungs, you see a light ahead. And the darkness around you becomes like smoke. It starts to shift, as if buffeted by many winds hitting it from lots of different directions, and the light ahead begins to grow. Until suddenly, all about you is brightness. You stare behind you quickly, and there is what appears to be the beginnings of a gargantuan, massive black ball that stretches on forever to every horizon you can see. But in front of you, there is a deep silver-white haze. And you find your ship immersed in the starry silver clouds of the astral sea. They roll around you. You can see off in the distance thin silver cords stretching into forever. And even Crux walks up behind you. I don't ever get tired of the beautiful nothingness of the astral sea. We're on our way to doom space, everyone. Keep your eyes open out here. The space between wild space systems might look empty, but this is where astral dreadnoughts live. This is where gods go on vacation. Here, there be monsters. And we are going to leave the session there.
I was just going to say, oh, that's nice, Commodore. And how are you doing?
Yes.
Can I do one quick thing before we close?
Yeah?
Because it's relevant to what was just happening. Uke's going to stand there way too long, like after everyone else has like left, looking at wild space, and when they're on their own, is going to pour out their bottle over the side,
Okay.
and then just put it in the pack, and then kind of like go find somewhere to sleep in a corner.
Okay.
Wow.
And that's it.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Luke's
The
gonna.
sight of that has turned Luke teetotal.
Luke's gonna sober up. Weirdly. Okay.
Wow.
Right.
Possession traumatic stress.
Captain Yars, I do believe that you called me. What was it that you required? Ook?
But yes, we are gonna leave it there. You did have a weird level up in the middle of the session because you completely ruined my plans. I watched so many TikToks today about people ruining
Yeah.
the DM's plans.
Yeah.
It was like foreshadowing. But yes,
That'll
all-
learn you.
you're all now level 7.
Oh, we level up again. Nice one.
No, you were
What did we
level
level
7. If you weren't level 7 when I told you to level up earlier, then you were fighting at a massive disadvantage, almost as big as having a -1 Constitution modifier. But
Which has not hindered anybody in the last 3 levels.
Because we've just avoided combat.
We
yes,
just miraculously did amazing things to avoid all combats and make all maps useless.
fucking.
Ah, yes, gravity planes. Enlarge!
I hate you all. I don't. It was a wonderful idea.
Yeah.
But yes.
I did forget, though, in fairness.
That's a mind flayer nautiloid.
Carry on.
Ooh. A live one. That could be fun. But yes. As always, it was a pleasure running the session for you guys. Hopefully, we're all back next week, barring even more snow
Sure.
or medical disasters. Yeah, we'll all be back next week.
Absolutely.
Best possible world, I would hope that session, whatever it is, 91, 92, something of the Chronicles of Needham will be going ahead on Sunday night. I don't
Yeah,
think,
I hope so, because it's getting interesting.
I don't think we've got anything else going on for the rest of the week because there's no Thursday night stream anymore. We're not doing Dungeon in a Box this week.
Anymore?
Not for a bit. But yes, apart from that, yeah, please join us again next week where we will have Chronicles of Needham, hopefully on Sunday night. The next episode 31, Jesus fuck, of When Glory Is Not Enough, next Monday.
Trauma.
Where we're all apparently still dead, but I'm deader than everyone else.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it was my fault. Absolutely my fault. But yes.
Everyone else is dead. No, you're dead. Everyone else is just mostly dead.
Exactly. But yes, please join us from Sunday onwards for more wonderful TTRPG content. And as always, thank you very much to those who have watched. Thank you very much to those who will watch. Take care. Stay safe. We love you guys. And Heavyweight RPG. Say goodnight, players.
Good night.
Good night,
Players.
Good night.
Is it Wednesday yet?
No, I'm knackered. Good night.